Hi, my name is Rebecca McComb, and this is my lucid chart on vulnerability for nursing 440. Vulnerability, defined by the WHO, is the World Health Organization. Vulnerability is the degree to which a population, individual, or organization is unable to anticipate, cope with, resist, or recover from impacts of disasters or stressors. The 6 risk factors that I've identified all seem to revolve around marginalized populations. The first one is poverty. People who are impoverished have lower ability to gain access to care. They have lower education levels oftentimes. All of these kind of are intertwined. Second one here, racial, ethnicity, racial or ethnic minority. People who are of non-citizen status in the United States only have access to emergency care, and oftentimes when they're in the emergency department, if there's a language barrier or something of that nature, they don't have a lot of, it can be easy to just bypass what they may or may not want and just do what you think is appropriate as a healthcare professional when that's not appropriate. What's appropriate is to include them in their care. But another marginalized population, people with chronic physical or mental illness are also at high risk for vulnerability. They require a lot of care. They're easy to ignore. They can oftentimes result in homelessness with these sorts of problems, particularly mental illness. Lack of insurance is a really huge deal. People with no insurance, while that had seemed to be getting better in our country, is still an enormous problem. No insurance means people do not seek care when they need it. They deteriorate in their homes until they need emergency care, and then once they get there, they're very, high cost, high mortality rate. All of those go in with lack of seeking preventative care. Old age is another important vulnerable population. People that are advanced age are more subsequent to abuse, neglect, to poverty. All of this sort of resolves around poverty. Homelessness is an enormous population that's very vulnerable, also vulnerable in the sense that they're impoverished, they don't seek care, they don't have insurance, they're often elderly, people with chronic or mental illness. All of these intertwine and connect. And that's it for my vulnerability lucid chart. My references are here. I used this article to identify my risk factors here. And then the definition for vulnerability came from the World Health Organization. So thank you very much for listening.